Most wealthy people aren't trying to pick the next hot stock. I thought they were, so I tried it and it left me confused and constantly checking my phone. And eventually I lost money. Then I discovered a much easier way to invest. And after 15 years working in finance, I finally built a simple, boring system that helps me build a six-figure portfolio without taking huge risks. So in this video, I'll show you why I stopped picking individual stocks, what I do instead, and the simple strategy I use to build wealth. If you want to build wealth, most people assume you have to pick the right stock. You see someone talking about a stock that's doubled, or an investor saying they bought Nvidia years ago and now they're rich. And as a beginner, I thought I had to do the same thing. But after trying it and actually losing money, I realized I didn't have to build wealth that way. Instead, I started investing consistently into broad market index funds. And once I made that shift, everything changed. Investing stopped feeling stressful and finally started feeling simple. I realized you don't need to read charts all day, you don't need thousands to get started, and you definitely don't need to panic every time the news changes. That understanding alone removed so much anxiety around investing for me. Now you're probably thinking, okay, this sounds good, but what exactly is an index fund? It's much simpler than it sounds. A stock means owning a tiny piece of one company. If that company does well, your investment grows. If it struggles, your investment falls. An index fund is different. Instead of owning one company, you own tiny pieces of hundreds of companies at once. For example, an S&P 500 index fund gives you exposure to 500 of the largest US companies. So instead of trying to guess which company will win, you're investing in the market as a whole. Think of it like this. Buying one stock is like backing one horse. An index fund is owning the whole race. You don't have to know which company will become the next big winner because you already own a piece of many of them. And that's what makes this approach so simple. By the way, if any of this sounds confusing, I've put everything you need to know into a cheat sheet. You can grab a copy below completely for free and use it while getting started. Now, understanding index funds was only half the story. I still had to learn why picking stocks was making investing so much harder for me. Before I discovered index funds, I thought being a good investor meant finding the best companies. I wanted to know which stock was going to take off next, and I thought if I could just find the right companies, I could make a lot of money. That's what eventually led to me buying Tesla. At the time, it was the hot stock, and at first I thought I'd made a smart move. But Elon was constantly in the news. The price was moving all over the place, and I found myself checking my phone constantly. One day I was up feeling like I'd made a great choice, the next I was down wondering whether I'd made a mistake and should sell. Eventually I did, at a loss. And I learned the hard way that picking stocks doesn't just require money, it requires decisions. Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I hold? Suddenly, investing wasn't something happening quietly in the background. It was something I was constantly thinking about. That's when I realized I didn't want to spend my time trying to make the perfect investment decision. I wanted a simpler way to build wealth. But you might still be thinking, surely owning one great stock can make you far more money than owning hundreds of companies. And technically, yes, you could, but there's another side to that equation. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine Selena invests £1,000 into a company because everyone online says it's going to take off. Then the company gets caught in a scandal, the stock falls 40%, Selena has suddenly lost £400. That would be painful. She might panic, sell, and decide investing just isn't for her. Now compare that with Aaliyah. She invests the same £1,000 into a diversified index fund. One company inside that fund performs badly, but the impact on her overall investment is much smaller. Why? Because she owns hundreds of companies, not just one. That's the real advantage of diversification. You don't need to figure out the one winner. You can benefit from the growth of the market as a whole, and you don't need to obsess over your investments for that to work. You can invest, carry on with your life, and let time do the heavy lifting. That's what finally made investing feel sustainable for me. I stopped trying to win investing and started focusing on consistency. And this is where the numbers get interesting, because you might be thinking, that sounds great, but sure you need a lot of money for this to make a difference? Not necessarily. For example, if you invested £350 a month consistently into a broad market index fund, an average 8% a year, after 14 years, you'd have more than £100,000, even though you'd only contributed £58,800 yourself. That's the power of compound growth, and you didn't need to find a single stock that went up 10x. Obviously, an 8% return isn't guaranteed and the market will fluctuate. But the point is, you don't need to get rich from one amazing stock. You can build wealth by investing consistently and giving your money time to grow. And that brings me to a question I think is much more useful. Instead of asking, how can I make the most money? Ask yourself, how much time and attention do I actually want to give to my investments? Because that changes the strategy you choose. If you genuinely enjoy researching companies, following financial news, and analyzing businesses, you may be happy with a more hands-on approach. But if you want to invest, close the app, and get on with your life, you probably don't need a strategy that requires constant attention. And that's something I wish I'd understood much earlier. So at this point, you're probably thinking, so if you don't need to pick stocks, what does investing actually look like? Let me show you exactly what I do instead. Every month, I invest consistently into broad market index funds. And if you're starting from scratch, I'd keep this process really simple. First, choose a low-cost investment platform. Think of this like a bank account, but instead of holding cash, it allows you to buy investments. And if you're in the UK, I'd consider using a stocks and shares ISA, so your investments can grow tax efficiently. If you're in the US, you could look into a Roth IRA. Next, choose a diversified low-cost index fund. I personally started with an S&P 500 index fund because it let me own many large companies without having to choose them individually. Then, choose an amount you could afford to invest consistently. It could be £50, it could be £100. Just start with what you have. It may not seem like much now, but trust me, it adds up over time. I started with £250 a month at first because that's all I could afford, and now I've got a six-figure portfolio. The amount matters less than building the habit and giving it time to compound. Finally, automate your contributions and just leave your investments alone. That's the system I use. But before you start, there are two important rules I'd keep in mind. First, have an emergency fund in cash, because if something unexpected happens, you don't want to be forced to sell your investments at the wrong time just to access your money. And second, ignore the noise. Markets will go up and down. That's not failure. It's just part of investing. Your job is to stay in the game. And honestly, that's what I love about it. It doesn't require me to be the smartest person in the room. It just requires me to be consistent. But does that mean I think everyone should avoid individual stocks? Not necessarily. I don't think everyone needs to avoid individual stocks, but for beginners, I don't think stock picking is necessary. If you've been investing for a while, genuinely enjoy researching companies, understand the risks, and you're comfortable with the possibility of making a loss, you could allocate a small portion of your portfolio to individual stocks while keeping the majority diversified. But I think there's a big difference between I want to pick stocks and I feel like I should be picking stocks because everyone else is. If you're the second person, I'd question whether you actually need to, because building wealth doesn't have to be exciting. It doesn't have to involve finding the next Nvidia, and it definitely doesn't have to involve constantly watching the market. For me, the best investing strategy is the one I can stick with without it taking over my life. And that's why I don't pick stocks. I buy the market and let time do the rest. I'd love to know, do you pick individual stocks or have you chosen to keep investing simple with index funds? Let me know in the comments. And if you're just getting started with investing, watch this video next. I'll walk you through the 5 beginner investing mistakes I made and how you can avoid making the same ones. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more content on building wealth on a normal salary. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.